Nicole, welcome to Mujeres que Suenan here at Movistar Arena ahead of the first of three concerts.
Yes, I'm so excited. I'm excited to do 3 in a row at the same place. Like it becomes home and you get familiar with the venue and the sound, and we get to switch up the set list and try different shit each night. So
How are you? How this return to Chile?
we are shocked to be back this quick. You know what I mean? And the festival, when we were here a few weeks ago, was much more exciting than any of us thought it was going to be. We didn't really know what we were walking into. So it was really special, and we were all very excited to come back after that.
About that, Incubus performs at the Festival de Viña was crazy. How do you remember that?
I remember getting out of the car at the festival and being like, oh, this isn't just a normal festival. This is a huge deal. Yeah, and I remember a lot of the local fans that we met when we were wandering around in the city telling us about the Seagull, the award, and explaining that it was, a big honor and that we would probably be receiving it, but none of us had been told that this was happening. So it was a really beautiful experience seeing everybody get excited and do the bird hand gesture and having the announcers come out and trying to communicate with us all the best we could with our Spanish versus English. And it was just really exciting. A lot of energy. We had so much interaction with the local fan base on social media afterwards, and it felt really special.
The audience loves the band, and especially you. You got a lot interest, like you say, on the social media, on press, in people.
Yeah, that was a surprise for me. I especially as a new member, I anticipated that, Brandon or somebody would get all that light, but it made me feel I was very grateful. It was very sweet to feel connected to everybody like that.
What do you know about Chile before your last visit?
I don't almost know anything. I have a friend who's from Chile. He's a bass player and he's amazing. And, I met him in the States. He came to California, and that's the majority of what I knew. So when I came here, he was giving me, details of, oh, go eat here, go walk here, So, I can't even remember. I mean, it's in, all in Spanish, so I can't remember. But I tried empanadas under his instruction, and those were incredible. And now I'm seeking more as I'm here, so.
And other things. What do you like about Chile? The people?
Yes, the people. I think for me, I have this beautiful idea of the nature of Chile, and I really want to see more of it. So, when we're out here playing music, it's hard to get out and see those things. But after being here for a couple of days and realizing how beautiful everyone is and how sweet everyone is, it's an easy... it goes to the top of the list of vacation destinations to come back and spend a couple weeks, Yes, the South, yeah. Yeah.
Nicole, you had a long career as a bass player in a lot of musical projects, but you have been in Incubus for a couple of years.
2 years, I want to say officially 2 years, but I think it's been longer than that. We were just talking about this yesterday. It feels like time has flown by, and 2 years seems like a long time when you think about it that way. So, a lot's happened.
Did you feel any pressure at any point when you replaced Ben?
I don't know if I would say pressure. I felt it's big shoes to fill overall to come into Incubus, because they've had such incredible bass players. Yes, more than one, So it was I want to say not educational, but it was inspiring to come in and say, I'm going to play the bass as I do, but I'm also going to study both of these bass players and learn something and adapt in that way and create something new. So it was a really fun, creative experience. Yeah.
Now, what's like for you to be a part of a band that until now had been formed just of a guy.
Oh gosh, I mean that's a lot of my experiences prior to these guys. Yeah, most okay. I have so much to say about this, but in the last few years, maybe even the last year and a half or so, I've seen so many female bass players just exploding like on the internet and working. They're busy, they're touring, they're doing all kinds of stuff, and it's really cool. And back in the day, it was sort of, I had to take that out of my mind. I couldn't really identify myself or other people as a gender. It was just sort of like a language, like we all speak music, and that was all that was important. And because I feel like if you think about it too much, you know, about like why are we different, that can separate you. So I also grew up with brothers though, so I think working with men is easy. Yeah, I'm used to the silly banter and the jokes, and you know, they kind of like beat up on each other a little bit every now and then, so it's very natural.
And Avan, that's your age. Almost, that's your age, 33.
Oh yeah, isn't that crazy? Yeah. I was born 91 when they formed.
Nicole has a bass, you're being your instrument always?
It's been the important instrument always. I when I was born, I loved music. I loved singing, dancing, and you know, I would play on our family piano. I would play a little guitar. I wanted to play drums, but my brother was the drummer, so he wouldn't let me. But bass was the only instrument that I wanted to take seriously. Okay. Yeah, so I studied it a lot harder. Yeah.
On these trips to our country, have you gotten to know any Chilean music?
I haven't, but one of the other guys gave me some records.
Yes.
And I'm so excited to get home. My house is like in the middle of the woods, and we have an old record player, and I'm just definitely going to not stream. I'm going to listen to the records and and kind of dive into that a little bit. Yeah.
Violeta Parra, the record, I think.
Yes. I think so.
Yes.
Yeah. When anything that's Spanish, it's like I can't really absorb it in full. I'm like, what is it again? But I think they're right over there somewhere. But yeah.
Nicole, and for who are watching us here in Mujeres que Suenan, what female artists are you listening to? You will recommend now? Maybe.
You know, let me see. Leanne. Oh, what is her name? Leanne La Havas? Is that her last name?
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful singer. I've been like re-diving into Little Dragon. I don't know if you're hip to that. Yeah. And SZA, of course, which is totally left field, but she's my girl. I love her. Yeah.
Yes, perfect. Take a note about that. And a new Incubus album is coming out in a few months. Yes? And you are all officially participating in it. Can tell you anything about that?
I mean, I don't even know what I'm allowed to say at this point on this topic. We haven't really been prepped for this, but anything. It is, I was really intrigued, like in the process, I didn't know what we were going to come up with. You know what I mean? Because it's really just a fully collaborative thing. Everybody brings different ideas in, myself including, and everyone's just freely allowed to write their part. You know what I mean? And contribute and make notes on each other and, you know, things like that. So it has a little bit of everything. So, you know, you've got like the bangers, you've got like the sweet, sad, like intimate stuff. You've got kind of all of it throughout. And so I think it'll satisfy a little bit of everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm excited about that. Yes. Now, that's the future, but came back to today. What are your expectations for these 3 shows in Santiago?
I'm just going to say this, hoping that it catches fire and makes everybody do it. But our last show, we had the whole crowd was just swaying, throwing themselves around, being crazy. And we had like mosh pits and a lot of, you know, positive, you know, energy out there, screaming, chanting. I'm really hoping for more of that for these 3 shows. And I'm curious to see, we're going to be swapping the set list around a little bit. After the morning view set, we play some hits. So we'll be swapping those tunes, and I hope we pull out some surprises for those. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nicole, now I need a favor. Can you say hello to Mujeres que Suenan here in Chile?
Mujeres que suenan. Okay, did I do it right? Hi guys, I'm NICOLE ROW of Incubus, and you are listening to, watching Mujeres que Suena. Don't judge my accent, please.
It's perfect, Nicole.